Right now, at the center of our galaxy, something is staring back at us. It doesn't move. It doesn't make a sound. But it's 4 million times the mass of our sun, and for reasons scientists still can't fully explain, it's watching. Not metaphorically. Not poetically. Literally watching, in the sense that its gravitational gaze reaches across 26,000 light-years and touches every single star, planet, and atom in the Milky Way, including you sitting right there. Its name is Sagittarius A star. And here's the part that should keep you up at night. It's been quiet for a very, very long time. And in the universe, when something that powerful goes quiet, it doesn't mean it's sleeping. It means it's waiting. Let's go back to the beginning. Not the beginning of time, but the beginning of the mystery. For decades, astronomers pointed their telescopes at the center of our galaxy and saw something strange. Stars near the galactic core were moving in ways that made no sense. They weren't drifting slowly through space the way most stars do. They were screaming around an invisible point at thousands of miles per second, like water spiraling down a drain so powerful it could swallow entire solar systems whole. Whatever was at the center of that spiral had to be unimaginably massive. But there was nothing there. No light. No visible object. Just an absence. A hole in the fabric of space so dense and so deep that not even light could escape to tell the story. Then, in 2022, we finally saw it. The Event Horizon Telescope, a planet-sized array of radio dishes working in perfect coordination, captured the very first image of Sagittarius A star. It looked like a glowing ring of orange fire surrounding a dark, perfectly circular void. Beautiful, terrifying, and completely alien. The image looked like an eye. Like something looking back at us through the lens of a camera pointed toward the center of everything we know. But here is where the story gets genuinely unsettling. Sagittarius A star is what astronomers call a dormant black hole. That means unlike other supermassive black holes we've observed across the universe, ones actively devouring surrounding matter, blasting out jets of radiation so powerful they can be seen across billions of light-years, ours is mostly quiet. Mostly. It occasionally flickers. It has brief moments where it suddenly brightens, consuming a cloud of gas or a star that wandered too close. But compared to the monsters at the centers of other galaxies, Sagittarius A asterisk is barely breathing. And that's the question that haunts every astrophysicist who studies it. Why? Think about it this way. Imagine you're walking through a jungle and you come across a lion. The lion is enormous, the biggest you've ever seen. But it's just sitting there, eyes open, perfectly still, not eating, not growling, just watching you. Would you feel safer or more afraid? Because there's something about stillness in something that powerful that feels less like peace and more like patience. Sagittarius A star is that lion, and the jungle is our galaxy. Here's what makes this even more mind-bending. We know that in the distant past, Sagittarius A star was not quiet at all. Roughly 2 million years ago, which in cosmic terms is basically last Tuesday, it erupted with a blast of energy so massive that it sent a cone of ionized radiation blasting out of both poles of the galaxy. Astronomers can still see the ghostly remnants of this event today, called the Fermi bubbles. These are two enormous structures, each stretching about 25,000 light-years above and below the galactic plane, made of superheated plasma that was blasted outward from the center of the Milky Way during what scientists call a Seyfert flare. A 2-million-year-old scar from an explosion so powerful it dwarfs anything the human mind can truly comprehend. 2 million years ago, early humans were just beginning to walk upright on the African savanna, looking up at the stars with new eyes. And at that exact moment in cosmic history, the engine at the center of our galaxy detonated. They had no idea. The light from that explosion is still traveling through the universe right now, carrying the story of what happened. A story of violence and unimaginable power from the very heart of our home. And since then, silence. Watching. Waiting. Now here is the twist that changes everything you think you know about our place in the universe. Some scientists have proposed that Sagittarius A star may not be fully asleep. It may be in the early stages of a new feeding cycle. In 2019, astronomers detected the brightest flare ever recorded from Sagittarius A star. It briefly became 75 times brighter than its normal activity level. A pulse of energy that, in astronomical terms, came and went in an instant, but sent ripples of concern through the scientific community. Something was feeding it. Something had fallen in. And Sagittarius A star had flickered awake, just for a moment, like an eye opening in the dark. What fed it? Most likely a cloud of gas called G2 that had been slowly spiraling toward the event horizon for years. Astronomers watched it fall. They predicted it might trigger a dramatic feeding event. The flare in 2019 may have been the delayed result, the black hole finally digesting what it caught. And if one cloud of gas can cause that kind of energy spike, what happens when something bigger falls in? What happens when Sagittarius A star decides it's really hungry? Here's the terrifying truth. If our black hole ever fully wakes up and enters an active feeding phase, like the supermassive black holes at the centers of quasars and active galactic nuclei, the radiation output would be catastrophic for life in the inner galaxy. Gamma rays, X-rays, waves of energy moving outward at the speed of light, stripping atmospheres, damaging DNA, rewriting the biological history of every planet within range. Earth is 26,000 light-years away, which offers some protection. But some is not the same as enough. Scientists believe that the reason life was even able to evolve and survive on Earth may be directly connected to the fact that Sagittarius A* has been unusually quiet during the period when complex life was developing. In other words, we might exist specifically because our black hole decided, for reasons we don't understand, to take a nap right when we needed it most. Our entire existence, every human being, every civilization, every song ever written, and every star ever wished upon, may have been made possible by the silence of a monster at the center of the galaxy. That thought is equal parts beautiful and terrifying. Because here is the final piece of the puzzle, the detail that lingers long after the science is explained. We do not know why it went quiet. We do not know what wakes it up. We do not know when the next major flare will come, or how powerful it will be. The universe did not come with a warning system. There is no alarm, no signal, no countdown. There is only the slow, patient pull of gravity, the occasional flicker of light from the galactic core, and the unsettling knowledge that something ancient and incomprehensibly powerful is sitting at the center of everything we have ever known, breathing slowly, barely moving, with 4 million solar masses of patience. It was there before the first human ever looked up at the night sky and wondered what the stars were. It will be there long after the last human eye closes forever. It doesn't need to do anything to be the most powerful force in our galaxy. Its silence is its statement. Its stillness is its strength. And every now and then, just often enough to remind us that it's still there, it opens its eye. The real question isn't whether Sagittarius A* is dangerous. The real question is this: are we the most important thing that has ever evolved in the shadow of something that could erase us without even trying? And honestly, we still don't know the answer. If that question made you feel something, curiosity, wonder, or that particular kind of fear that makes the universe feel real, then you already understand why this channel exists. Hit subscribe, because the universe is full of questions like this one, and we're just getting started.